talk about three things. On the subject of finding out what applications are in your kata. As instructors, we often are guilty of telling too much rather than letting the student explore for themselves. So if a student says, "Sensei, what is this movement for?" We'll say, "Oh, well, it's this," or "It's that." But we don't often ask them, "What do you think it's for?" Put them in a situation where they can sort of discover that for themselves. So I'll start with sort of a scenario here with the kata heian yodan, where we know at least that our range for working with kata application is not this. This is like sporting range here. Application range or bonkai range is here, okay? So for this, we're gonna start, she's just gonna throw a punch at me, and I'm going off of this flinch response, stay there, flinch response to just cover my head quickly, okay? Here, maybe she grabbed me first, and then she took a swing at me, here, all right? So I might start a student this way, and they could say, "Well, what do I do from here?" And I could say, "What does your kata say you can do from here?" Well, you can go in the exact order of the kata, and maybe you have something, okay? Or maybe you don't. So maybe you go in a different direction from the kata. Maybe you go straight to this elbow strike here, okay? And that may end things, all right? Because the kata heian yodan definitely has elbow strikes in there. But let's say this person's really on top of things. They throw that, I go to throw that elbow strike, and they cover their head here. All right? So then the student says, "Well, what can I do from here? They blocked my elbow strike." I say, "Well, what is in the kata that has an answer for that?" Well, we could hook the back of the head and start to come here. Stay here. So that we're making something like this. Okay? And yodan. All right? So she's going to stay there. And then the student might say, "Well, Sensei, this doesn't do anything. She can still move. And oh crap, now she's standing up. Okay, she could go for my leg, but she's going to start standing up here because most people, if you're putting pressure on the back of their cranium, they're going to try and push against it, okay? So crap, she's standing up. What do? Well, the kata says we stay right there. We come here. Okay, so as she's starting to stand up, I'm just going to push her through here, using the pressure she's putting by standing up as sort of a fulcrum to push this through like that. Okay? Then the student says, "Well, what do I do from here?" Well, what does the kata say that we can do? Stay here. The kata has us coming here, here, here. So I pass this through. Now I can bring that knee up, wrap this arm, and I can come here. Okay? Or better yet, maybe I'm here. All right? And that may end things. And we can say, "Okay, we're done." But what if we go off of, and this is the second thing I wanted to point out, if we go off a person's natural reaction to pain or to a stimulus, most people, if you start putting them in the choke, whether you're a trained martial artist or not, you're probably going to try and pull the arm away here. So crap, what do we do? She's pulling my arm away. Well, stay right there. The kata says we come here and here. Okay, well, if she's pulling my arm away, she starts pulling it down, I could snake this around here and start to get this. Okay? I can even grab onto her lapel like this. And then the kata has this kick. Stay there. Kick. Punch, punch. All right? So it says do this. Kick, hold on to them, and drive the punch into the back of the head. But we can go back to the beginning here. We have that flinch response again. She's grabbed onto me. I'm sorry. She's grabbed onto me. Whoa. I don't necessarily have to go in the order that it did. I could do that elbow strike. Crap, she covered. Maybe she even grabbed my arm here, okay? And now I'm coming like this, and maybe she doesn't get bent over, so I take her this way. All right, and then what does the kata say that we can do from there? So, letting the student ask questions, or rather, telling them to go back and look at their kata, what is next, is a good way to help them develop their own interpretations of the kata movements. And then teaching them to go off of what the body's natural reaction is to pain. And that isn't something that you necessarily need to train. If you quickly throw your hand at someone's face and they're not expecting it, they might do this. If you touch a hot surface, you're going to do that. If you put your arm around someone's neck and you squeeze, they're going to try and pull that away. And the kata has answers for what you do when that happens. And you just gotta kind of explore and play with it. So going off the body's natural reactions, making the student go back, and then just as teachers, asking more questions rather than telling or doing it for them. Because that's that whole, give a man a fish he eats for a day, teach him how to fish, they can eat for the rest of their life. You want to teach them to make the kata work for themselves, and not necessarily your interpretation as the teacher.